My name is Lisa. During the pandemic, the height of the pandemic in 2020, I had been so sick that I almost couldn't get out of bed for an entire month. And modern medicine, industrialized medicine, despite all the tests they would run, could not find anything. So I wound up in the ER at least once, and then urgent care several times. And they would concede that like all of my organs were off the charts and reacting to something, but they just couldn't find an underlying cause. And Dr. Nikzad and her team were absolutely amazing, and she was the only one that was able to help me. And that was primarily through IV therapy. I did do NAET and acupuncture as well. But I'm just so grateful that I was able to be referred to her. So one of my best friends, she also saw Dr. Nikzad for something different. She had like uncontrolled bleeding for months, and it was through acupuncture and supplements as well that she was able to get help. I know other people here too that said that have said like their lives have been changed by coming here. So I think their approach is maybe, more holistic versus like throwing pills at you, and as well as like the breadth of testing. For example, Dr. Nikzad figured out that I had some mold toxicity. So not only was I in bed for a month, I was in an environment that had mold exposure as well. So it was really, really amazing. And that, it was just a really trying time, one of the hardest times of my life. And I think anyone who's ever been sick and chronically ill, or sick to the point where you can't do anything you love, you can't see your friends, your family, you can't go to work, it's just absolutely debilitating, for your brain health and mental health as well. And all the staff here, especially like the front desk, are just like so wonderful, and they made this experience even better. And when you're sick and you're ill, or you kind of feel like you're not being believed, that there is something wrong in your body and like you're just not being listened to, it goes a long, long way. So I'm just really grateful. I would have done if I wouldn't have found Dr. Nikzad. But sometimes you feel forgotten, or if you're not looked at from a lens of Dr. Nikzad, right? That we should be looking at things functionally. I just want other people to feel better too. And so I refer to people here, and you just cannot put a price on health. Like, health is wealth, and it's a waterfall of everything else, like work, friends, family, enjoying your life, being able to walk out in the sunshine. It's just no way to live in isolation, which is what I tended to do, was self-isolate. Because you don't want to burden people with your constant health issues, but then you lose friends because you're not showing up to events, and you miss out on family functions and all that kind of stuff. So it's just, you can't even live as a human being. Yeah, I wish everybody in the entire world health and healing. And I think if more places, and especially modern medicine, had these therapies, in terms of IV therapy, for example, how different would our world look?